as hard as you can.
It's Chris Bummer here again with JoBlo. We are at Cinemacon in Las Vegas. I just came out of the Warner Brothers Cinemacon presentation, and man, did they ever drop a bomb on us. They showed us the first trailer for The Matrix 4, or, as I can finally reveal to you, The Matrix Resurrections. This is the official title for the film, and this was actually the rumored title a little while ago, so it looks like that leaked report was actually pretty accurate. So Lana Wachowski's back, and what's really cool about this trailer is that we finally get to see what the premise for the new movie is. So it starts with Keanu Reeves as Neo, or perhaps actually Anderson, his character within the Matrix, talking to a psychiatrist played by Neil Patrick Harris and describing these dreams that he's having, which are basically moments from the Matrix. And he's, unsure of who he is. He thinks he's delusional. He's middle aged. He's kind of, he has no idea that he's, the savior of the universe, right? Neo. He has no idea that he's Neo. He has no idea that he's living in the Matrix. He just thinks that he's crazy. So what happens is he meets Carrie-Anne Moss's character Trinity, who, like him, has no idea, or seemingly has no idea who she is, and they share a moment of deja vu, which seems to kind of reawaken something in both of them, and it's pretty cool. And from there, you get some footage of Yaha Abdul-Mateen II as the young Morpheus, who is kind of going in, I assume, and taking the Anderson or Neo character out of the Matrix and showing him reality. You see Anderson or Neo reawakening at some point in the trailer, in the pods, those famous pods. In the trailer, in the scenes which I presume are in the Matrix, Keanu Reeves has kind of his full head of John Wick hair with the beard, but then when you see him reawaken in the pods, he's clean shaven. So I suppose that there's part of the movie that takes place outside of the Matrix, but I think most of it takes place inside of the Matrix. It looks absolutely amazing. Some of the action scenes are really cool. One of the things about Keanu Reeves is he's been training nonstop for the last 10 years because he's been doing the John Wick movies. So he looks almost better fighting now than he did in the original trilogy. And there's a scene where he takes on the young Morpheus in a dojo that I believe is kind of a shout out to the first movie, because it seems like the same setting that they use for that famous sparring match where he goes, "I know Kung Fu." Morpheus is kind of testing him a little bit, but this time out, Neo just fights viciously, right, and destroys Morpheus and tells him, "You have no idea who I am," and it seems like he's able to completely control the Matrix, even though he doesn't necessarily know that he's in it. So I'm not sure where they're going with this, but I think the premise of his character being inside of the Matrix and reawakening again is kind of cool. It seems almost like a remake of the first movie in some ways, but the twist is that he's much older now, and they kind of acknowledge that. Although Keanu Reeves still looks amazing, of course, and so does Carrie-Anne Moss as Trinity. She looks like she hasn't aged at all since the Matrix Revolutions came out. It's really cool seeing them back in the roles. I have no idea what they're doing with the timeline, because Yaha Abdul-Mateen II is clearly playing Morpheus, but a much younger version of Morpheus. So that aspect is still very confusing. I'm sure that it'll be revealed somewhat in the movie. With Lana Wachowski, it's never clear cut, right? If you watch Sense8, you definitely know that. I'm really looking forward to seeing this, though. As a big fan of the original trilogy, even the second and third movies, which a lot of people don't like, I always thought were quite intriguing. I'm really curious to see what they do with this new addition to the franchise. I don't know if I'd call it a reboot. It seems like it definitely follows in the footsteps of the first three movies. I think it's more of a true sequel, but they could probably spin it off in a lot of different directions. I'm really happy to see, though, that Keanu Reeves is back as, I presume, Neo, and it seems like he's again the lead of the film. It's a real Keanu Reeves Matrix movie. You got some quick glimpses of Jessica Henwick as kind of a Trinity-esque figure who's kind of escorting Neo around, doing a lot of fighting. The villains, I'm not quite sure who the main villain of this is yet. I didn't see Hugo Weaving as Agent Smith. He had always said that he wasn't coming back to do it because there was a scheduling issue. I thought maybe that was misdirection. If he is in the movie, it definitely wasn't revealed in the trailer. I think that Jonathan Groff is playing the new agent, but I can't say that for sure. That said, the footage that I saw from The Matrix Resurrections is great. I'm sure that the trailer will drop soon, but take my word for it, it is pretty badass.